Good evening. Imagine a clear sunny evening in a small town in South Arkansas. The whole town is excited because that day is homecoming for the local school. Downtown, all the students are lined up waiting on the annual homecoming parade to begin. All of a sudden, a loud crash. The crowd turns and witnesses a head-on collision between a truck and a car. As an off-duty police officer and EMT, I ran over to see if I could help. The first thing I observed was a 3-year-old little girl in the back seat of the car. I was relieved when she appeared not to have any physical injuries, and she was crying. Crying is a good sign because that's a natural reaction of a child in a stressful situation. I began my treatment with the driver of the vehicle, who turned out to be the babysitter of the child in the back. As I started my treatment, one of my former teachers removed the child from the back seat and said that she would care for her until the parents arrived on scene. Approximately 5 minutes later, that teacher tapped on my shoulder and said, "Drew, I think we have a problem. This baby is not acting right." I looked down, the child was no longer crying and would not respond to verbal commands. I took the child to the ambulance and began treatment with the paramedics. Unfortunately, the child's condition continued to deteriorate at a rapid pace. When I exited the ambulance, I observed a lady outside that was crying and praying out loud. I recognized her as the mother of the child. I went to school with her. Unfortunately, that morning when she went to work would be the last time that she ever saw her child alive. That's right. Her baby died on the way to the hospital. When the autopsy report came back, it revealed that a combination of that child not being in a proper child restraint system and the force of the crash lacerated that child's liver and caused internal bleeding that led to her death. The choices that parents or caregivers to not use or improperly use car seats for their children increases their chances of being seriously injured or killed in an automobile crash. I encourage you today to listen with an open mind while we discuss the reasons why you should always place your child in an approved child passenger safety restraint system. According to the CDC, in 2014 in the United States, 602 children were killed as occupants in motor vehicle crashes. 34% of those children were not even buckled in. It is our responsibility as parents to provide a safe environment for our child. Children at a young age cannot make rational decisions for themselves regarding their safety. According to Safe Kids Worldwide, if used properly, car seats can increase chances of survival in kids up to 71%. Parents, we cannot change these alarming statistics without you. All we have to do is follow a few simple steps and procedures to make our children safer. When choosing a car seat for a child, we need to choose the right car seat for that child. We need to choose that seat on the child's age, weight, and height. We also need to check the expiration date. Yes, car seats have expiration dates. Next thing we need to do is make sure that we place the child in the back seat, if possible, till age 13. After that, it's time to install our car seat. We need to make sure that we install that car seat in the correct position. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration advises that it needs to be rear-facing to a 1-year-old or 20 pounds, forward-facing with a 5-point harness up to 4 pounds, 4 years old or 40 pounds, and in a booster seat up to 6 years old and 60 pounds. Okay. The next thing we need to do is read our owner's manual and follow all the manufacturer's recommendations while installing that car seat. After installing the car seat, we need to make sure that we don't have more than 1 inch of movement front to back and side to side. If not, that car seat is securely fastened to your vehicle. When we place our child in the car seat, we need to buckle their 5-point harness, make sure the chest clip is level with their armpits, and also do the pinch test on the webbing. Pinch the webbing at the shoulder level, and if you cannot pinch webbing between your fingers, you've got it tight enough. Based on the testimony and statistics that we've given today, we have definitely shown the benefits of using the proper child restraint system. We always need to be advocates for our children and provide them a safe environment. There are definitely consequences if we don't follow the rules. Every state has its own set of laws regarding child passenger restraints. Arkansas law dictates that a child must remain in a car seat up to 4 years old or 40 pounds, and a booster seat from up to 6 years old or 60 pounds. Then they must remain in a lap and shoulder belt until age 15. Violations of this law can result in fines starting at $100 for each offense and going up for subsequent offenses. In conclusion, I want you as parents to make a conscious decision to always provide your child with the proper child restraint system. If you have trouble installing your car seat, you can go to a Safe Kids inspection station that you can find at safekids.org and have a certified child safety specialist install your car seat and answer any questions. If you cannot afford a car seat, they can also have programs that may be able to help you out with that. In closing, help me as a firefighter and EMS professional not have to witness another life taken too soon. Help me as a firefighter and EMS professional not have to tell a parent that we did everything we could, but your child still died. Help yourself by not being that parent that has to live with the fact that you could have changed the fate of your child. I will leave you with a quote from David Parnell of Chicago Fire Department. I wish my mind could forget what my eyes have seen. He refers to the PTSD that builds up in firefighters and EMS professionals over the years as they see lives ended too soon. I hope that you keep safety a priority in everything that you do. Again, my name is Drew Shields, and I appreciate you listening.